definitely been a murder in this hotel.
There has definitely
Definitely been a murder.
So John,
Yep.
do you know where we are?
Route 66.
We're on Route 66. That is a must-have if you're doing this on a bike. I saw a lady's shoe over there. That was pretty neat.
So now I'm using my socks.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
So we are here at the world's second largest. I'm now going into the funk yard. Day 3, and we're checking out the hotel, and it's raining all day. We've waited until a bit later until the storms have gone past, but it's still wet. So we are fully waterproofed up, like head to toe.
And we're heading for some tornadoes.
We're heading towards Tornado Alley, where there are tornadoes and hurricanes.
And there is no bad weather, only bad equipment.
No, this is bad weather. Just stopped for a McDonald's coffee. We've just got through St. Louis. Luckily the weather wasn't too bad. It rained a little bit. We are fully waterproofed up. Not right now, we've taken it off because it's actually pretty warm, which is great. There is nothing worse than that first day, which was cold, windy, wet and dark, and so this is just wet. But actually it hasn't been too bad at all, and we're very dry, so we've stopped for a coffee. And yeah, St. Louis. Let's talk about St. Louis. So that was fascinating to drive through, like really good. It was really slow, it was stop-start the whole time, not very busy, there was just a lot of lights. But honestly, I don't know, if I did this again, would I go through it? The stop-start was slow. It's taken hours for us to get through it. But it goes from like so many different things. For like 1 mile it's industrial, like crazy industrial, something that I've never seen. Then it goes into a little bit of a rundown place. You know, there's still people living there. There were some nice houses there as well, but it was pretty much mainly run down. And then after that, it kind of got into a little bit city-like, and then suddenly you're by the buildings. Now, we didn't go to the arch. We could have diverted left and gone round to the arch, but it's been done to death. And actually, I feel like that's one of those things, like the cat's up bottle, that is better to look at from a distance. Like, you can see the arch through the buildings. It was really cloudy, so we couldn't see it anyway. But yeah, that was cool to see from a distance, going through the main city centre of St. Louis, which was really cool. Then as you come out, it's just kind of like, it goes from city to nothing. So we're just out the other side of St. Louis now. I have no idea exactly where we are. But we are at a McDonald's just off the highway. So now we're going to grab a coffee, and then we're going to hit the road again, and we're going back on Route 66 off the highway. We're not going to divert right now. We want to get back on the classic road, at least for a few hours, and then we'll see how we're doing for time, and then we'll jump back on the highway if we need to. But what's going on here, Natalie?
The helmet hurts my head, it's pushing into my forehead here. So I got a bit of foam yesterday and put it here, but that caused more pain. So now I'm using my socks to put it on the top of my head. See here? So that it will hopefully not hit my forehead anymore. That's my new plan.
And that's a genius way of carrying our dirty washing.
Disgusting, but true.
I've just found something I never thought I needed to see, but I do. And it is the world's largest belt buckle. This is the strangest place I've ever been, I think. So we thought we had missed this place, and we've seen other people. I'm sure Dustin and Leslie from the Wayward Wags have been here before, but we are totally at the Uranus Fudge Factory. And this is way more than a fudge factory. I think they explained on their video as well, so we won't go through everything, but there is some amazing things here. Just pointless, good fun things. And just off the top of my head, the world's largest belt buckle is almost 14 feet wide and 10 foot tall. So Uranus is a town near here. We may even be in Uranus, but here's one of their police cars. And They are literally here to serve and protect Uranus. Hey John.
Yes, Lawrence.
I absolutely love Uranus.
I thought you might do.
Yeah, I love coming here. I love being in it. It's just I can't say enough
It's a
good
wonderful
things.
place to be.
It is.
Allegedly.
And where we've been cold this entire trip so far, being in Uranus is so lovely and warm.
Yes, it is very warm.
I mean, the sun doesn't shine here, but you know, but yeah, it's a fantastic place. So
You do some fudge packing over there as well.
there is, yeah, there's some fudge packing over in Uranus. So are we doing, Natalie, did you want to eat some fudge in Uranus?
Okay.
You don't want any of Uranus fudge? Okay, I guess we're moving on then. So John,
Yep.
do you know where we are?
Route 66.
We're on Route 66. We're in Stanton, or Stanton, I think, and we are at the Antique Toy Museum. Now, this isn't a classic Route 66 stop. I'm going to be honest. This was here, became famous here after Route 66 closed. And off the top of my head, wait for this truck to go past. Off the top of my head, I can't remember the guy's name. I do apologise, but he started this. He was a trucker in St. Louis, which is about, what, I don't know, 30 miles away. And he had a fascination with trucks all of his life, and he used to buy all these toy trucks. And so when he basically retired, he wanted to display them. So he started a toy museum. So he eventually found a place, and this was a rundown place because obviously Route 66 wasn't a thing. They built this highway that is about 50 feet that way, by the way. And so he started this museum, and it just wasn't doing very well. And him and his wife, well, she came up and said, the problem is that women control the checkbooks. And so women don't want to come here and look at toy trucks. And so they actually had a comment in their guest book saying it's very chauvinistic. So off the top of my head, what I think happened then, yeah, I don't know how I get this. Off the top of my head, she decided to buy up a bunch of dolls and more female-orientated things that women would relate to when they were kids, and they started putting those in here, and that's when things started getting interesting. I think this is still open, not today, but I think over the summer months this will still be open.
The lights are on.
The lights are on. We did see a light on, so it looks
Nobody's
like...
home.
Yeah, well, maybe. We don't know. And then there is a wax museum, the Jesse James Wax Museum. So let's go have a look at that. So this is Jesse James's wax museum. It's not his, it's about him. He obviously doesn't own it. So this is actually only open at weekends, which we didn't know. But it's only a small place, but it has over $100,000 worth of Jesse James artifacts and things. So Jesse James is one of the, do you know who he is?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's one of the Wild West bad boys, right? Yeah. Just off the top of my head, I knew that. And he, so yeah, anyway, apparently he died in, where was it, 1882, right? So he got gunned down by Bob Ford, sorry, I nearly got it right, I have just looked that up. That wasn't off the top of my head. But what is off the top of my head is that no one knew whether he actually died or not, or whether he faked his own death to get away from
being
everything.
Rogue.
And then just went, yeah, but he had like a great train robbery, and him and his cousins, they robbed a bunch of stuff. So he had plenty of money, so then faked his own death, and then who knows where he is. Apparently, there is a lot of stuff here to suggest that he's still alive.
Today?
Well, not today, it was over 100 years ago he's meant to have died, but who knows? Maybe with all that money he figured out time travel or something. They did him Back to the Future, maybe he ran into Doc.
Well done.
And Marty.
When he had his little train.
Anyway, this is a cool place. We just pulled in. We've only been here a few minutes, but it's a cool place. I love the fact that they haven't like reconditioned the signs. You know, everything up here. I like the way that they're antique, and that's actually what drew us in. So guys, if you're watching this, please don't change the signs. I think they're really cool. Right, back on the road, John. Where are we headed?
Can't remember. Just following you.
Just going on Route 66, I think.
That's the one.
Okay, let's go. We just noticed there is a very run-down motel right next door, so we're going to just wander up and have a quick look. Guessing this isn't open. It's for sale if anyone wants to buy it.
Definitely been a murder in this hotel.
There has definitely
been a murder.
I saw a lady's shoe over there. That was creepy. Yeah. Wow. This is One of the first proper closed down motels we've seen, really.
Yeah.
So it's very run down. There's a lot of for sale signs in there, so someone's been in there recently to hang those up, but it's all open. Well, this is open. Oh, that's not nice. You going in, John? Bird. Are you going in? Yeah, this one doesn't have that though. This one doesn't have a private property. It's only the other ones. It's a light bulb. I think I might have to research when this place was closed down, because you can see on here there's like, this is obviously the storeroom for the cleaners. It's a cool TV here. And then there is wash things there, they must have been there. There's pillows, blankets, comforters. This must have been like the cleaners area. Wow, there's a mattress storage in there. There's a shoe, that's creepy. So annoyingly, I don't have any internet here on my phone, so I can't tell anything about this. It's given me no information, but I'm guessing this is, obviously it's one of the old traditional Route 66 motels, I think, and it's obviously been redone, but it looks pretty cool, and it has TVs and it has all the modern luxuries. So I'm gonna guess this probably closed down probably in the 90s. Like, it's really, really run down. But the thing is, they had a pool here, which is weird, and this highway, as you can probably hear, is right next to it. So the highway that basically closed Route 66, but the pool is still here, full of water. But I wouldn't have played around in this pool so close to that highway. It's right next to the road as well, which is strange. Anyway, if we get some internet, I will try and check back and give you some information about this, because I find it fascinating. I love places like this, and this is hopefully the first of many on our trip. So we are here at the world's second largest rocking chair, and it's got stickers all over it. And so we're gonna take one of our stickers and we're gonna use our gigantic GoPro selfie stick, and we're gonna try and get this really high so that no one can mess with it. So let's see how this works, and if it works, then you can come past here and see if you can check it out. Curve it out. Yeah. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Brilliant. There you go. You can come and check it out now. That's cool. That worked perfectly. Good idea, Jonathan. That was fantastic. Not even a pretty face. We are going to put one here just so you can see it up close. Now, where do you think we should put it?
Right on the front, because this one seems
right
to
here.
have gone.
Well, yeah, it's not protected from the rain, which is probably why it's gone.
You can go up there if you'd like.
So we could try and go, I don't know. Oh, I'm so, Jules on tour. Or we could go under here.
Yeah, true.
We'll go here.
Okay.
So let's just go under here so everyone can see it. Here you go, guys. YouTube Crazy Bricks. Perfect. There we go. Thanks, guys. Okay, where are we, Natalie?
We are at the Maple Tree Inn.
The Maple Tree Inn. So we rode for about an hour earlier. We've got to this Maple Tree Inn. They're being refurbished right now. They've only done 8 rooms. It's an old school motel, as you can see. So we're parked up here. Wave, John. And so we've just pulled up, we've emptied out the bikes, and we're staying here. But what did you think of today, Natalie, considering this morning we were in St. Louis? What did you think of the day?
After 8 hours of riding, if you'd asked me after 7 hours of riding, I would have been like, this is the best day ever, and I'm really enjoying it. And then that last hour just killed me. I was done.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you think of today after we got up and it was going to be nasty rain?
The wet was, obviously it was a bit disappointing to start with, but once it dried up, I mean, some of those roads were epic.
They were.
Absolutely fantastic.
So here's the deal. We woke up, it was wet. We were worried about going out. We stalled talking to some people in the hotel, some lovely people who had done Route 66 before. and then we
checked
said,
the radar. We kept
checked
checking
the
the
radar.
radar, and we were like, "There's a gap.
There was going to be rain all day long, so we got our water fully kitted out, and we head out. Noisy truck. we just bit the bullet, and we just went for it. And so we were very, very lucky.
We're very lucky.
It was very wet, but we were going real slow. We were going through St. Louis, which was really interesting.
So Lewis was, beautiful, weirdly, but
in a weird way.
Rundownly beautiful. I don't know how to explain it.
It was interesting.
We could barely see the arch because of the
we couldn't see the arch.
fog.
It was too fog. But we didn't really have any rain. And then eventually we got back out onto like rural Route 66, and it was amazing. We saw some really cool stuff. One thing we have learned is that we did about 200 miles. We planned like 200 miles a day, and so far what we've learned on 3 days is that takes about 9 hours if you're just doing Route 66. Today is the first day we have done all of historic Route 66, not all of it, but for that
We didn't come off of it onto
from
the
St.
interstate.
Louis to Lebanon, we just did historic Route 66 the whole way, which was really cool, because trust me, there are things that you don't even know exist.
Yeah.
And so we stopped at stuff, they're not on the map, people haven't said to go them, they're not must-do things, and that's what's cool about this.
Yes.
And I think that's why we enjoyed it, because the roads were cool, there was some little windy stuff, there was some easy stuff, there was no highways, or there was one section where we went on the main highway. Anyway.
But I think, if we'd gone off of that, I think it would have been like gravel road the whole time.
Yeah.
And the one gravel road we did go down, we were an hour and about doing it, and we went down there, beautiful bridge, and we got some really nice photos there.
Yeah, and it was just one little detour off the main road, and we went on this bridge, so you have to do that stuff.
We're tired.
We're really tired.
Day 3
we have
is
been
done.
on for like 9 hours, so day 3 is done. We are in Lebanon, and then tomorrow, don't even know where we're going.
Tulsa.
Lebanon to Tulsa. So we will see you next week. And don't forget, here's a video we're recommending. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon so that when we upload next week you can see it, and don't forget you can join and become a brazier to support a couple 3 tits.
Like John is here.
Yeah.
He's a brazier.
You are a brazier. Thank you, Jonathan. And and thank you to everyone below for supporting us. We will see you next week.